Harden's going to be missing a month out of basketball for a month with a right foot tendon strain. Eric, you're no stranger to lower body injuries. So for a guy that logs as many minutes as Harden does, about 37 a night, which is ranked 10th in the NBA for a guy who's about 33 years old, kind of rough. How worried are you about this injury kind of for the rest of the season?
Well, I mean, you're always concerned with an injury that keeps you out, for a prolonged amount of time. Fortunately, it's no surgery because you just people say it all the time. You can come back, but surgery is still surgery.
Yeah.
So hopefully, the month that he's getting is part of that is to rep him back up into the shape and the position that he was in. So not, you know what I'm saying? Like the injury may be, and this is just me, kind of assuming the injury could be a 2 to 3 week or, injury, and he probably needs that extra time to get back used to playing basketball. So when he jumps back in, it's not a gradual thing. It's more of he's ready to go. So hopefully that's where the month comes in. I don't know much about the injury to really know, what could help him or what could be hard when he comes back. But yes, I would expect his minutes to decrease when he does come back, and I believe that they will, for the most part, stay low in certain situations, in certain games, may creep back up there to the minutes that he had before. But I do not see this as an injury that's going to bother him throughout the year. I don't think that's it.
That's good to know.
So with a month, the getting back to no minute restrictions baked in is what you're saying, baked into the timeline.
Yeah, I think they'll come back with a plan for him, and that plan is going to be for the long haul of the season. So, I was disappointed to see him being out with an injury, but like I said, no surgery to me was a good sign that this isn't something that's probably going to nagging all year long. And I think he just, they'll just have to be smart with how much he's playing and, the practice time and all of that. It will all have to be managed. Now that is something you'll have to do all year long, the preparing and the prepping for, his ability to play all year.
Now, I know we're just speculating here. Do you think this is something he's been dealing with, or do you think it's something that kind of like in the middle of that game? He played a full game, right? He didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could have happened that last game, or maybe the game before, and it just like, no, I can't do it. I didn't see this being something that he had before. I think it would have shown his head if it was something he had before. So I think it's a recent injury.
Yeah, we would. I would think there'd be some kind of sign about like it bothering him, but no,
like with Joel, we were like, something's not right. Like he, you know what I'm saying? Like you could just tell.
Yeah,
and I didn't see that with James.
Yeah, and even like if you go back to James in the playoffs with the hamstring problem, with the partially torn one, that was off. He was off. Yeah, you'd see him. So yeah, but yeah, the positive is hopefully he'll be more rested going into the playoffs, and he's not going to be running out of gas in the playoffs, right? So,
just do you hold it down until then?
Do you think that? Do you think we've been careless with his minutes?
Say it again.
You think we've been careless with his minutes, 37 a night, or do you think like that's?
I wouldn't say we've been careless with them. I do think that they're high, but I think some of that is Joel being out.
True.
And we've won some games, but we haven't really won games and blown teams out.
Yeah, he's had to play a lot, really.
we have, having those games where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go over here and chill out for, the fourth quarter or the end of the fourth quarter. Like we didn't have any games like that.
Mm-hmm.
We had games where the game is going, all of a sudden it's a close game, and then if the, most likely when it's a close game, those minutes in the third and fourth quarter go up. Those second half minutes go up.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at our season, we've had games that are going into the fourth quarter, close.
Yeah.
Almost every game, I believe.
Yeah, well, with our third quarter, yeah, it happens a lot. Even games we're handling well, that third quarter wipes it out. Fourth quarter, fresh start again.
It was weird though, the fact that I remember towards the end of that game on Wednesday, seeing the amount of threes we hit. We had 19 threes, and I think they only had 5 or 6. I've never seen such a disparity like that, where the other team ends up winning. The team with the lower amount of threes ends up winning that game. I
believe it was a record for them. Actually, it was what did I read? It was the lowest amount of threes either attempted or made and beating your opponent, I believe.
Wild.
It was one or the other. I forgot what it was, but it was like a crazy stat about how they didn't make. Yeah. That's insane, man.
Yeah.